All right, the GoPro ran out of battery and I didn't notice. So what I've done, or what happened, was that I took a thin coat of epoxy on the headstock. And now I'm going to try, I'm going to attempt to spray a little bit of pink on my logo. I just want to dust coat it pink. I think I'll have to do several coats in order to get it the way I want. Also, I'm thinking these letters that are in my logo, they are loose, they're separate from the logo itself. So if and they're prone to falling off. That's because of the way I designed it. Unfortunately, I didn't, in the vector file that I sent to the supplier, I didn't connect these rings with the letters, so they look like they are together, but not really. So if one falls out, I'm just going to pick the other ones out and then just have the rings, but I would obviously prefer it to be all together. So I'm cutting one out, and I'm going to just, as I said, just dust coat it very, very lightly, but I'm going to find somewhere to spray it, perhaps back here. This is just some felt, and I think maybe if I use some tape to hold it in place, I will move the camera closer. But what I'm going to do, there's an outer film and an inner film. So I'm just going to use some tape to keep it in place before I start spraying. And the outer film, it might take some of the letters with it, so I'm going to be careful when taking it off. Obviously you can't see this. Ooh. All right. I'm just using standard acrylic spray paint. See, is this not charging now? That's very, very pink. I don't want it to be runny. Okay, I think that will suffice actually. Now you can see maybe I should have matted it down somewhat. Maybe I'll get another logo and matte that down while I'm still in there before I do anything else. The color is awesome though. This guitar is gonna kick ass. So this is some 1200 grit paper, and I'm just very, very carefully matting down the logo. It's a bit of a big piece. I can see the colors coming off, so the color is probably some kind of film. It's just been placed on top of the logo. Then everything's been cut out in one go. But if we keep going one direction and then horizontal and then vertical. Okay, it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to let this set. I'm not going to touch it because I think the backing tape sort of makes it blob. So I think if I touch it, I'm just going to smear it out. Okay, so the logos have been painted, and I'm going to go put on some gloves and we'll see if we can take them off. All in all, both of them turned out pretty similar. So I guess I'll just look at it as me having one in backup, basically. So I'm gonna put it on and then blast. No, I'm actually gonna see if I can wipe off or sand off maybe some of the epoxy here, just very slightly. That's epoxy skin I was talking about. And then I'm going to hit it with a coat of clear after the logo has been placed on. Just to sort of lock it in there. So I'm going with the first one we took because that one turned out the brightest. But that is because it has 3 coats and the other one just has 2. So this is what it looks like now. I'm going to try to peel this off without rubbing the paint off, but the paint feels dry, so it should be all right. Now, let's see if I can get you to be able to view this as well. There we go. So I'm thinking there, sort of that area, this way. That way I get the whole logo. That looks pretty good. Ooh, I didn't really count on this. I have some flaking around. I'll try to peel that off with something. Perhaps I should have foreseen this, but I didn't. So I'm just trying to peel off this. All right, so I got it on. I stopped filming and I forgot that I had stopped filming. Sorry, but as you can see what I talked about, this took this first, and the I in guitar is gone, so I had to take a new one still. Pretty happy with this though. I'm going to leave that to dry, I think. Paint is still wet. I just took it straight off, placed it on, so that any paint that may have gotten on the backside will help it stay on the guitar. But that's looking pretty good, right? I'm happy with that. Taking a picture for Instagram. All right. Peace.